For the sake of your sisters everywhere, you must make certain that General Sloan Carpenter gets exactly what he deserves.
Emily, sexual harassment is very serious. But when it's a teacher, someone who's already in a position of power, it just makes it that much worse. But it has to be stopped.
So you think I should go further?
By filing official charges? If you are absolutely sure that this professor is hitting on you, yes.
If the dean believes me, it could probably destroy General Carpenter's whole life. Is that what you want?
We have got to take care of ourselves. And if anybody gets in our way, well, then too bad for them.
Charges of sexual harassment have been brought against you by one of your students.
This accusation is libelous. I have not sexually harassed Miss Haynes nor anyone else. I'll damn well prove my innocence. How could you accuse me of sexual harassment?
The thing is, when I first met you, I looked up to you, and you used that. You used that to get your hands on me.
I never put my hands on you.
Yes, you did.
Sexual harassment? Oh, Sloan, it can't be true.
I'm gonna warn you one, Dorian. You print one word of that libel, and I'll sue you and that scandal sheet of yours for everything you have. Is that clear?
Now, who is this professor? Is it someone I know? It's General Sloan Carpenter. Look, maybe you're confused or something. You know, like I was confused about Kevin, remember? Maybe you just overreacted.
You told me to do this. That's what you said. And everybody told me to come forward and to do the right thing, and that's what I did.
Just itching to dance on my grave, aren't you?
Oh, don't be melodramatic, Sloan. You're not dead. Yet. But I have come up with a plan for you. Yes. Yes, and with it, we're going to make sure that your charges against General Sloan Carpenter definitely stick.
I think it's time you told the truth, don't you?
Mother? What in the world are you doing here on campus?
I came by to lend moral support. I knew that you and Andrew would be here, and I wanted you to know that I am behind Sloan, too.
I don't know what to say. I'm very impressed.
We are all family, aren't we?
Well, then isn't it possible that General Carpenter, seeing you so upset, merely put his arm around you to comfort you? Isn't it true that that is the only physical contact that ever happened between you?
No! There's more. A lot more. He touched my breast.
That's a lie!
General Carpenter, please
This is outrageous!
take your seat, sir.
Can't you see she's making this up?
Please sit down, sir. Emily? Why are you doing this? Miss Gannon, I think that's enough for right now. What are you doing here?
I'm sorry. I forgot to mention that Mother stopped by the university this morning.
She did.
Yes. She wanted to show her support for you.
I just want to do whatever I can to help.
I ended up doing what you said. I told the committee he touched my breast.
I don't see that there's a problem.
But it didn't happen.
That doesn't matter. It's your word against his. You just stick to your story and nobody can prove you wrong.
Artie thinks the only reason Emily is lying is because somebody else is egging her on.
She's somebody's puppet. Well, that's possible. But who? Who would want to cause this kind of harm to me?
Not one word about this stupid sex scandal at the university, and there won't be as long as this ridiculous investigation is going on.
Dorian, you have stuck to your word. I am grateful. Thank you.
Mother, this is like a dream come true.
I'm only trying to help.
Is there someone behind her, influencing her to make these charges of sexual harassment?
Not behind her, leading her. Her friend is deliberately using her to get at you, Sloan. There's no way she's doing this on her own. She's being pushed into it.
Darling, think. You are to keep my name out of this and just stick to your wonderful, wonderful story.
The last time we spoke, you told me in no uncertain terms that Sloane Carpenter was a monster.
Is.
Really? Why are you so embarrassed about it now?
Hey, General!
Can I help you?
No, we're gonna help you!
Two friends of Emily Haynes followed me into the alley behind Wanda's and let me know that they were getting even for my hurting Emily.
I promise you, I won't ever let anything come between us.
Oh,
For goodness sakes,
I'm
watch it.
sorry. Claudia? General Carpenter's in the hospital. These friends of mine beat him up real bad. Claudia, everything is getting so crazy. I've got to tell the truth now.
No.
When is this going to stop? When? First, I'm going to find out who this mysterious friend is. And then I am going to stop Miss Emily Haynes.
Now, if this woman is helping you out so much, why keep her a secret? I want to help you too.
Her name is Claudia Carson.
This woman, Claudia Carson's lied to you about me, about Sloan, and probably about herself.
No, she wouldn't do that.
Molly, open up your eyes, okay? The woman has used you to get what she wanted. And when everything comes crashing down, you're the one who's going to be hurt.
I never, ever would have wanted you serious harm to come to you. Not anything like this.
We feel that it's best for everyone involved if, for now, you were to sever your ties with Llanview University.
I can't believe this.
As soon as possible. I mean, why pursue this any further when it can only damage your reputation more?
I have done nothing wrong. I am not guilty, and I'll fight to the death if I have to.
You can't retract your charges against General Carpenter now. No. Because if you do at this point, then he can sue you. And the university will expel you. You will also go to jail.
I mean,
Oh my God. She's Dorian Lord. Hello, Claudia.
Why, Emily, what a coincidence.
Oh, it's no coincidence. And you can drop the phony accent and the phony name. Goodbye, Claudia Carson. Hello, Dorian Lord. That is your name, isn't it? I wrote General Carpenter this letter last night. I told him all about how I lied and how you made me do it. To, you know, like, stick it to him. And I'm going to take it to him right now.
Go ahead. Give that letter to Sloane. You love the spotlight so much, you'll get the full glare.
You're trying to scare me.
No. I'm encouraging you. You were desperate to become a celebrity, to be on the cover of magazines all over the world. Just know, fame and fortune come with a price.
What fame? What fortune, except for if you count all that money I spent on that portfolio, which you never intended to use? It's all a game to you, isn't it? You just play with people to get what you want. My life, Sloane Carpenter's. If people get hurt in the way, it's too bad. Well, I'm not like that. I am going straight to Sloane Carpenter, and I am going to give him this letter, and he's going to know the truth. And so is your daughter, Cassie. Everybody's going to know that you were the cause of everything.
Sit down. Sit down. And shut up. Don't you dare try and blame this on me, you silly little twit. As far as the world is concerned, there is only one person to blame, and only one person who is going to be punished. And that, my dear, is you. Do you want to know why you're not going to show that letter to anyone? First of all, if you admit in writing that you deliberately lied and tried to destroy a man's life, you are never going to stop being sued. Then, of course, there are the criminal charges for inciting those two idiotic friends of yours to attack Sloane Carpenter. A man was almost killed. Attempted murder? Do you think the DA is going to forgive and forget?
But I...
Think again. Then, of course, there is the humiliation of having the whole world know that you are a liar. Because I will put it on the front page of my newspaper. Just think how your mother is going to feel walking into the supermarket and seeing her baby daughter's face on the front page of The Intruder with the word liar written across her forehead.
It's not my fault. You're the one who said I was going to be this big model and I was supposed to be on this front. You bought me those dresses.
Oh, my dear, really, that's going to be quite convincing. People are really going to believe that I posed as a modeling agent to get you to be a model. Please, you're not fit to zip up a model's dress.
Great, go laugh. Go ahead and laugh. Everybody laugh. Because I don't care. I'm going to do what's right. Everybody's going to know that you made me say those things.
Stay put. Listen up, dimwit, because I am going to tell you the final reason why you're not going to do anything with that letter. And the reason is me and what I can do to you. Honey, if you say one word about me with that crooked little mouth of yours, if you change one word in that accusation, you're going to learn what real pain is. Okay. You read Sloane Carpenter's book. Hey, you're the expert on it. You know exactly what I'm capable of doing. Don't you? Hmm?
You can't threaten me. If you lay one finger on me, I'll scream.
I wish you would. And then when the waiters drag you out of here, the whole town will know that you're delusional.
Well, I'll tell them what you've done to me.
And I'll tell them that you're a sick little girl with an overactive imagination. It's really very sad how you tried to compensate for your empty little life by creating this ridiculous scenario about Sloane Carpenter and me.
It is your scenario. This is your revenge. You just used me.
Shout it from the top of Lantano Mountain if you want to. But who's going to believe you, dear? Nobody's ever seen us together. As far as Landview is concerned, we haven't even met.
What's it like to be as mean and cold as you are? Does your daughter know you like I do? Maybe it's time she did.
Don't ever mention my daughter again, or me. Just stick to your story. Is that understood?
Well. Maybe we do know who Claudia Carson is after all.
I'm warning you, Emily.
Dorian, dear. What a nice surprise. I'm sorry, am I interrupting?
No.
No, absolutely not. In fact, this young lady was just leaving, weren't you?
Is there something the matter, Miss Haynes? Do you have something in your eye?
I suppose you're wondering why I was talking to her.
It crossed my mind, yes. Do you mind if I sit down?
Please do.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You know, Dorian, from where I was standing over there, it looked like you were having such a heated discussion with her. And I was under the impression you didn't even know her.
I don't. At least I didn't until today. I stopped by here for lunch, and she passed by. Looking, so smug and pleased with herself that I just had to say something to her.
Did you?
After everything that she's done to Sloan, please, my daughter's father-in-law, I am nothing if not loyal when it comes to family. I sat her down and I told her exactly what I think of her.
From where I stood, you know, you really seemed to be issuing her a warning.
Oh, when it comes to people I care about, I am like a mother tiger defending her young. Oh, yes. So I guess that my conversation with her did become, as you say, rather heated.
I'm so puzzled, though. I really don't understand why you suddenly rushed to Sloane's defense.
Oh, isn't that obvious? I love my daughter and the baby that she's about to have. I want us all to be family. No more feuds. I want us all to stand together, united, and try to clear Sloane's name.
I agree with you 100%. I'm so glad that you said that. I really am. Maybe you could help us solve our mystery.
Mystery?
Mm-hmm. The identity of this woman who pushed Emily into pressing these charges in the first place. You see, we have reason to believe now that this woman is using a false name to sort of cover her tracks.
Oh. Well, I will do anything and everything I can to help. At the moment, though, I'm meeting Cassie for lunch, and I have a few phone calls I need to make, and I need to powder my nose. But I do want to help, and we'll talk about it tomorrow, shall we? Excuse me.
We were all wrong. The motive was not jealousy.
Then what was it?
Revenge.
Revenge? Revenge?
Revenge. Brings us to only one person. The one person in this town who lives to see Sloane brought down. The only person who we all know is perfectly capable of this kind of viciousness and cruelty.
Oh, no. Not Dorian.
Yes.
Dorian?
Dorian.
I thought she was helping us.
Well, it was a pretty good cover, wouldn't you say?
No, Dorian is desperate to win Cassie's love and trust back. She wouldn't risk Cassie finding out something like... I don't believe it.
Well, neither did I at first, believe me. But apparently her need for revenge is far greater than her love for her daughter. Just a little while ago, I saw Dorian and Emily huddled together at the club.
Emily was with her?
Yes, Emily was with her. Now, of course, I can't prove anything. But from where I stood, for two people who supposedly don't even know each other, they looked like a couple of co-conspirators to me.
Well, wait just a minute now. We need evidence. We just can't make a charge.
I know. We need evidence, and believe me, we'll get it. It's kind of where you come in. Emily has confided in you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did Dorian's name ever come up?
No, she never mentioned her. I had no idea that Emily and Dorian even knew each other.
What? What is it?
I don't know why I didn't think of this before. A couple of weeks ago, I went over to Emily's dorm. I was headed down the hallway to the room, and someone came around the corner. Dorian, what are you doing in the dormitory? What is with that getup? What, are you supposed to be undercover? You should have seen the wig and the outfit. And the look on her face, like I'd caught her with her hand in the cookie jar. I thought she was, you know, spying on Jason Webb and Carol Swift, but...
She was probably there talking to Emily. Oh.
Well, listen, when I just saw them, it looked like there was no love lost between them. So, anyway, I was thinking, if we could get one of them to turn against the other...
How do we do that?
Ah, that's what you do for a living. I was hoping you could plan the strategy. And I was hoping that you would help, will you?
Yes, count on it.
Thank you.
Well, we're gonna have to move fast. We have to do something. I mean, before the board meets again.
Yes, and we will. And then Dorian will get exactly what she deserves.
As a member of the board who is investigating the charges that Emily Haynes has brought against me, I think you're going to find this little get-together fascinating, shall we? Hello, Emily.
What is this, a trick or something?
Well, relax, Emily. You're among friends here.
No way, if you think I'm gonna stay here 1 minute longer with him.
Oh, hello, dear. I'm so glad to see you. And I know someone who's going to be even more delighted than I am.
Vicky, who's this you wanted me to meet?
What's the old saying? It's always fair weather when good friends get together.
Vicky, somebody has misled you.
Have they?
Yes. I mean, if you think that this, young lady is a friend of mine after all the lies that she hurled at Sloan.
Well, that's why we're here, isn't it? Because we want to talk about these charges of sexual harassment, how they began and who began them. I think it's time we got to the truth, the real truth, Dorian, so that we can find out exactly who's responsible. Don't you agree?
This is all because you saw me talking to Miss Haynes at the club today, isn't it, Vicky?
Then you admit you were talking to Emily.
Oh, excuse me, Sloan, but I came here in good faith to be a part of your support team. And now I find everybody staring at me as if I were siding with this young woman. Vicky, as I told you at the club, I have never said one word to this young woman until today when I told her exactly what I thought of her. Is that not correct, Miss Haynes?
Emily's memory needs jogging. Maybe you could help her, Marty.
I'm sure she remembers. Emily, how you came to me and told me that one of your professors was bothering you, the problem you had with him, and how he was coming on to you. Isn't that what you told me, Emily?
I thought you were my friend.
I tried to be, and I am still trying.
Marty, I've really got to go, please.
Fine, then let's talk, and then you can go. When you went to the dean and accused Sloan Carpenter, I thought I was responsible, but you weren't following my advice. You were listening to this new friend, right?
The hearing before the board, no mention was made of a friend. What's this all about, Victoria?
Well, that is precisely what we are trying to find out, Elizabeth.
And it was this friend who encouraged you to lie at the hearing.
Claudia Carson was the name she used.
Yeah. And she said I knew her. But there's one catch. I don't know the woman. I've never even heard of Claudia Carson, and neither has anyone else.
Why is everybody staring at me? I don't know any more about this Carson woman than anybody else.
Oh, Dorian. Don't be so modest. I think you know more about Ms. Carson than anyone. In fact, I think she's right here in the room with us. Isn't she?
Honestly, Vicky, sometimes you amaze me. If you're going to hold an inquisition, you're going to have to do it without me.
Oh, fine, Dorian, leave. It simply gives us more time to talk to Emily alone.
Ah, I don't have anything to say.
You don't. You don't!
Emily, look, no one in this room wishes you any harm, okay? But you have to understand that we are angry and we're confused because a very fine man has been hurt. Now, you know General Carpenter, and you know what a decent man he is, don't you? So why don't you just tell us the truth now, Emily, about everything? Emily, it wasn't your idea to fabricate these sexual harassment charges, was it?
Emily, it's okay. Just say it.
I don't have anything to say. Nobody forced me to lie. I didn't lie. Oh.
Well, in that case, I must have made sexual advances toward you, which we both know didn't happen. Emily, listen to me. Withdraw your statement against me, right here and right now. Just tell us who put you up to this, and the whole thing will be over.
Go ahead, young lady. But remember, don't add to your litany of lies just to get yourself off the hook. That would be a big mistake.
I never should have listened to her.
Her?
Claudia Carson. She came out of the blue with all this talk about how I was going to have this fabulous career and all the things she was going to do for me and everything. She was so confident and so glamorous.
It must have sounded very tempting.
Yeah. She had the bait and I went for it. I mean, at first I thought, this is really weird. I mean, is this lady for real? But I didn't. And then I couldn't. Marty.
Emily, it's okay. Just take your time.
Somewhere along the line, General Carpenter's name came up.
Did she bring up the name, or did you?
She did. You and Mrs. Buchanan were having dinner one night at the waterside. Claudia saw us together. And that's when she started asking me about you.
What sort of things did she ask?
How we got along in class and stuff. And I had just applied to be a research assistant, so I was really excited. That's when she warned me.
About what?
Older men. Professors who take advantage. And we hardly talked about my career at all after that. Just General Carpenter. How he used me, abused his position, how, you know, like, couldn't wait to get his hands on me. It wasn't true, but she believed it so much. I believed it. Oh. General Carpenter, I am so sorry. You were never anything but really nice to me, and oh, I wish I could just take back every awful word I said.
I know, Emily. I know. You could have stopped the lies at the hearing. But you didn't. You made things worse by accusing me of touching you. Why did you do that?
I was scared. Claudia said the way things were, nobody would believe me and I'd be this big joke. No career, no friends, no nothing. She said if I just embellish the truth, that was her word, embellish, everything would be okay.
Oh, Emily. Thank you. Thank you so much for for telling the truth. Well, you have certainly told us everything, except a very important part. Who is Claudia Carson?
I didn't know myself until the other night I was reading General Carpenter's book again, and I saw her face, but it wasn't Claudia. This is her. Claudia Carson is Dorian Lord.
Don't tell me that you believe this little liar. Sloan? Answer me. I have stood by you through this whole debacle.
So it seemed.
Seemed? I was right there. Standing right there with Vicky and Andrew and Cassie and Marty and everybody else who believed in you. And now suddenly, you're going to take her word as gospel?
Emily has nothing to gain by lying, Dorian.
Vicky, don't you get it? This girl lies as easily as she breathes. I hate to say this to you, dear, but you are really so pathetic. When I accused you of lying about General Carpenter today at the country club, how did you respond? Not by standing up to me woman to woman, but by now accusing me of being responsible for all of your troubles.
You are.
You got a hold of General Carpenter's book, and it occurred to you that, of course, I must be burning with revenge. I make the perfect villainess, don't I? Better me than you.
That's not the way it was, and you know it.
I know that you're a very sick young woman.
I am not gonna lie for you anymore. What I just said was the truth.
Like a cornered rat, she bares her teeth and lashes out at the thing nearest her. Me.
I don't know very much about rats, Dorian. Instruct me.
I don't believe this, Vicky. After everything that I have done to prove to you that I've changed, you still hold on to the same grudge. Dorian, the bad girl. Dorian, the root of all evil. Wake up, Vicky, and look around you at the real liar. Look at this girl. She lives in a fantasy world. This pathetic plain Jane actually believed that she could have a career as a fashion model.
Did she? That is so strange, Dorian. Emily did talk about a career, true. But Emily never said one word about modeling.
Your memory is as bad as your manners, Vicky. Of course, she mentioned modeling. Everyone heard her.
No, I didn't. I talked about a career you promised, but I didn't say what it was. I was too embarrassed. I didn't want everyone to know how dumb I was for believing you.
There she goes again. She's lying, and she makes it seem like everybody else is.
No, Dorian, there's nothing wrong with my memory. And modeling was never mentioned until you brought it up.
I'm sorry, Elizabeth. She talked about her glamorous aspirations and how this Carson woman was going to give her so much help as her agent and...
Oh, I hate to break it to you, but she never mentioned an agent either.
Of course she did. I mean, what else could this Carson woman be?
You tell us. You seem to know everything about her.
In fact, you know so much about her, you could write her autobiography.
Why is everybody trying to twist things?
We are trying to get at the truth, and now, thanks to Emily, I believe we have.
Thanks to Emily? The girl's a pathological liar. Am I the only one who knows this? Am I the only person in this room that she hasn't fooled?
We were fooled, you witch. Not anymore.
It's all very clear now.
Crystal clear.
Dorian, the only way you could possibly have known about Emily's dreams of becoming a model is if you had given her those dreams. That makes you and Claudia Carson one and the same. Face it, Dorian. It's over. You have been trapped.
I don't have to listen to this. I'm leaving.
No, you're not, Dorian. You're not going anywhere.
You can't keep me here against my will.
You're free to leave after you've heard exactly what I think of you.
Elizabeth, you're a trustee of the university. You're not going to stand there.
Be quiet, Dorian. I'm just waiting until General Carpenter finishes, and then it's my turn.
I don't believe this. All of you are against me.
With bloody good reason, Dorian. With good reason. I finally realize how morally bankrupt you are. You are not only trying to destroy me, you're willing to destroy Emily in the process. What you did to her was beyond cruelty. It was diabolical. To manipulate an innocent young girl into something so explosive as sexual harassment.
I don't have to listen to this.
You just hold on there. Go on, Sloan. We're all listening.
You are some piece of work. You even lied to your own daughter.
Leave Cassie out of this.
You never left Cassie out of it, not for a minute. Pretending to be concerned, coming to my defense. And she loved you for it. When you agreed not to print the story in your paper, her eyes were glowing with love. She believed, as most of us did, that you had changed. Well, you have changed. You're more dangerous than you ever were.
Are you quite finished, General Carpenter? You and your high and mighty platitudes? You think that I'm cruel? You wrote the book, and I mean that in every possible way.
I think you should quit.
Shut up, Victoria. I have heard quite enough, thank you. Now it's my turn. I am going to tell this boring, bloated egomaniac exactly what I think of him. And of all of you. And do you think you were hard to fool? You overblown, bombastic fraud? No, you were easy. Huh? General Sloan Carpenter, the great man, the great patriot. When you brush your teeth, the faucet plays God Bless America. But all it took to bring you to your knees was one stupid, insipid little co-ed.
Hey, I'm not stupid.
You know, you were right about one thing. This girl couldn't spell cat if you spotted her the C in the T. And yet, I still almost got away with it. That's how easy you were.
Are you proud of yourself? Are you proud of the fact that those two boys almost killed him in the alley?
Oh, don't be sanctimonious. Spare me, Vicky. That was not my fault. No, I didn't want your boyfriend to get beaten up. Public humiliation was just fine with me. Thank you very much.
I can't believe I ever listened to you.
Well, then we're even. I can't believe that I was reduced to using a cipher like you. Elizabeth! Now, I hope that you still realize that General Carpenter should be barred from being the president of Llanview University, and not because of some sexual harassment charges, but because he is a liar and a hypocrite.
Oh, I knew it. Order the banner again?
Oh, come on. This is not a book. This was a stab in the back. You came around behind me, pretending to be a friend, pretending to be family, and then you publicly accuse me of having murdered my husband. What am I supposed to do? Say thank you, Sloan?
You are out of control, and I think you better stop before this...
Before what, Vicky? Before I incriminate myself? Everybody in this room has already convicted me. What more have I got to lose? The only thing that I care about in this whole town is my daughter's love. And this man
This assassin turned my daughter against me and made my own child hate me. And I will never, never forgive you for that. Never.
Have you considered what it will do to her and how she will react when she finds out what you've done now?
Cassie can't find out. So please don't tell her. Cassie can't ever know.
Cassie.